The fortress within. There is a place within you that no storm can reach. No voice can echo there unless you allow it. No wound can linger there unless you open the gate. This place is your mind. You have been taught to fear the world outside, the noise, the judgment, the uncertainty. But what you were never taught, what few ever truly learn, is that the real danger does not lie beyond you. It lies in what you accept. Every day, impressions knock at the door of your awareness. Some are harsh, some are seductive, some are filled with fear. They ask to enter. They demand your attention, and without noticing, you let them in. A careless word becomes a lasting wound. A fleeting doubt becomes a heavy burden. A moment of fear becomes a lifetime of hesitation. Not because these things are powerful, but because you grant them power. Pause for a moment. Consider this carefully. Nothing that happens outside of you has meaning until you give it meaning. Nothing disturbs you until you agree to be disturbed. Nothing breaks you unless you participate in your own breaking. Your mind is not a battlefield. It is a fortress. And a fortress does not fall by accident. It falls when its gates are left unguarded. It falls when its walls are neglected. It falls when those inside forget their strength. You have forgotten. You have allowed passing thoughts to become rulers. You have mistaken emotions for truth. You have treated discomfort as danger and uncertainty as defeat. But this can change. You can stand at the gates of your mind once more. You can choose what enters. You can decide what remains. This is your power, not over the world, not over other people, but over yourself. And this power is enough. When you reclaim it, something shifts. The chaos around you does not vanish. The challenges do not disappear, but you become unmoved, calm in the storm, steady in uncertainty, unshaken in the face of hardship. This is not indifference. This is strength. You are not here to escape difficulty. You are here to endure it with clarity, to walk through it with discipline, to rise above it with wisdom. Your mind is a fortress, but a fortress must be guarded. And today, you begin again. The discipline of thought. Look closely at your thoughts. They move quickly. They arrive uninvited. They often speak with urgency, as if they must be obeyed. But not every voice deserves your trust. Some thoughts are born from fear, some from habit, some from wounds that have not yet healed. They do not guide you. They pull you. And if you follow them blindly, they will lead you into confusion, into anxiety, into despair. This is how the fortress weakens, not through force, but through neglect. You assume that every thought is yours. You assume that every emotion is truth. But this is not so. A thought is only a suggestion. An emotion is only a signal. You are the one who decides. This is the discipline you must learn. To pause, to observe, to question. When anger rises, do not become anger. When fear appears, do not become fear. When doubt whispers, do not kneel before it. Stand apart. See each thought for what it is. Temporary, passing, uncertain. It knocks at your gate, asking to be let in. You must ask, is this worthy? Is this thought aligned with reason? Does it strengthen you or weaken you? Does it lead to clarity or confusion? If it weakens you, it does not belong inside. Let it pass. This is not suppression. This is selection. You are not silencing your mind. You are refining it. Each time you reject a destructive thought, you reinforce your walls. Each time you choose clarity over chaos, you strengthen your foundation. It is not easy. At first, the noise will be loud. The impulses will feel urgent. The old habits will pull at you. But remain steady. Discipline is not built in comfort. It is forged in resistance. When you feel the urge to react, pause. When you feel the need to speak, consider silence. When you feel overwhelmed, return to what you can control: your breath, your posture, your focus. These are your anchors. The world may push against you. It may provoke, confuse, and challenge you, but it cannot control you unless you surrender. And you do not have to surrender. You can choose patience when others choose anger. You can choose restraint when others choose excess. You can choose clarity when others lose themselves in emotion. This is not weakness. This is mastery. To govern your own mind is the highest form of strength. To remain calm when others are chaotic is the highest form of power. You do not need to dominate the world. You only need to master yourself. And as you do, something remarkable begins to happen. The noise fades, not because the world has become quieter, but because you have become stronger. The insults lose their weight, the fears lose their grip, the doubts lose their authority. They still appear, but they no longer rule. This is what it means to guard your fortress, not by isolating yourself from the world, but by refusing to let the world disturb what is within. Hold this truth firmly. You are not at the mercy of your thoughts. You are their guardian. And a vigilant guardian does not sleep. Strength through struggle. There will be moments when your strength is tested, moments when the world feels heavy, when loss arrives without warning, when effort seems meaningless, when pain lingers longer than you expected. In these moments, the fortress trembles, not because it is weak, but because it is alive. Do not expect life to be gentle. Do not expect fairness in every outcome. Do not expect ease in every step forward. These expectations will betray you. Instead, expect resistance, expect difficulty, expect challenge. And when they come, do not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "How will I respond?" This question changes everything. You cannot control the loss. You cannot control the outcome. You cannot control the actions of others. But you can control your response. This is where your power lives. Pain is unavoidable. Suffering is optional. Pain is the event. Suffering is the interpretation. When something difficult happens, your mind begins to speak. It tells stories. It predicts failure. It magnifies the worst possibilities. If you believe these stories, you suffer. But if you step back, if you observe without attachment, if you refuse to exaggerate what has happened, then pain remains what it is: a moment, not a sentence. You endure. Endurance is not passive. It is not resignation. It is strength in motion. It is the quiet decision to continue, to stand when it would be easier to collapse, to move forward when everything within you asks to stop. This is where character is formed, not in comfort, not in ease, but in struggle. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to reinforce your fortress, to test your discipline, to deepen your understanding. When you are insulted, you learn restraint. When you are challenged, you learn patience. When you are tested, you discover your limits, and then move beyond them. Do not resent these moments. They are your teachers. The strongest mind is not the one that has never been shaken. It is the one that has been shaken and remained standing. You will feel tired at times. You will feel uncertain. You will feel the weight of your own thoughts pressing against you. But remember this: you are not alone in this struggle. Every human being faces the same inner battle. The difference is not in what they face, but in how they respond. Some surrender to fear. Some are carried away by anger. Some are consumed by doubt. But you can choose differently. You can pause. You can breathe. You can return to reason, again and again, even when it feels difficult, especially when it feels difficult. This repetition is your training. This persistence is your strength. And slowly, almost without noticing, you begin to change. What once overwhelmed you now feels manageable. What once disturbed you now feels distant. What once controlled you now feels insignificant. This is growth. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady and undeniable. You are becoming stronger, not because the world has become easier, but because you have become more disciplined. Your fortress is no longer fragile. It is resilient. The unshakable mind. Now stand still for a moment. Breathe deeply. Feel the weight of your body. Notice the quiet beneath your thoughts. This is where your strength resides. Not in noise, not in reaction, but in stillness. You have spent much of your life looking outward, seeking control over circumstances, seeking approval from others, seeking certainty in an uncertain world. But true stability was never out there. It was always within. Your mind is your domain. Your thoughts are your responsibility. Your reactions are your choice. No one can take this from you. They may challenge you. They may provoke you. They may test your patience and your resolve. But they cannot enter your fortress without your permission. Remember this. When anger rises, remember. When fear whispers, remember. When doubt lingers, remember. You decide. You decide what matters. You decide what deserves your attention. You decide who you will be in each moment. This is freedom. Not the freedom to control the world, but the freedom to remain unchanged by it, to walk through chaos with calm, to face hardship with clarity, to endure pain without losing yourself. This is the path of strength, and it is a path you must walk every day. There will be moments when you falter, moments when old habits return, moments when the noise becomes too loud. Do not be discouraged. Return to your practice. Return to your discipline. Return to your awareness. Again and again. A fortress is not built in a day. It is built over time, through effort, through vigilance, through patience. And so are you. Each thought you examine, each reaction you control, each moment you choose wisdom over impulse. You are strengthening your foundation. You are becoming unshakable, not because nothing affects you, but because nothing defines you without your consent. Hold this truth close. You are not your fear. You are not your anger. You are not your doubt. You are the one who sees them, the one who chooses, the one who stands. Your mind is a fortress. Guard it with discipline. Strengthen it with wisdom. Protect it with awareness. And no matter what storms may come, you will remain calm, steady, unbreakable,